At the end of 2022, I released my invention. Everything was going good. Then boom, everything changed. I was arrested for aggravated assault on a Leo, spent 2 days behind bars, and blasted all over the news. I was then immediately terminated as a teacher. Then had to pay $15,000 for a lawyer to fight for my name. I could no longer sleep on my own. I was dealing with stress, depression, and honestly, I didn't know who I was anymore. So I brought a vintage Mustang. I put my money, my time, and my energy into building this car because I needed something to keep my mind occupied. I immediately dropped a brand new transmission in it and spent thousands of dollars on customizing the audio system. I then got the opportunity to go play football in Germany. I then had to go to a court hearing to be granted the permission to leave the United States. Even though I had an amazing game, I was not myself. Due to my court case, I had to fly back to America right after my game. Back in my Mustang I go. This car meant everything to me. Guess what happened next? Yep, my Mustang was totaled by a drunk driver. All that energy, money, and time I put into this car, I now have to let it go. The weight on my shoulders is getting heavier. Thank God I still have my Audi S5. At least I still have a car. 1 week later, the Audi S5 is now totaled. Now I'm carless. The only transportation I have is my electric longboard. The sleepless nights get worse. I received a call to come back and play in Germany to help the team compete for a championship. And we won the championship. And somewhere along that journey, I started to remember who I was. Thanks to these amazing people in Germany, I was able to begin to find myself again. When arriving back to America, I received a call from my lawyer. Good news, all the charges was dropped. I immediately started applying for teaching jobs just to find out I'm blocked as a teacher. I was also placed on a 1-year risk protection where I couldn't have my pew for a year or carry any type of weapon. I then spent another $15,000 getting a civil lawsuit lawyer. My credit dropped. My bank accounts were empty. My credit cards were almost maxed out, but I needed a vehicle. And with the help of the Lord, I was able to walk off the lot with a brand new Bronco. And I still had this invention sitting in the back of my mind, so I started building again. I went on to work with Black Rambo and started back making content. I made my way to New York for a Shark Tank casting call. I walked in believing this could be my breakthrough. It appeared that they really loved my pitch. Lots of smiles and conversations. The application prohibited applicants with certain violent or felony histories. I brought a letter from my attorney explaining that the charges against me has been dropped and my name was cleared and I was falsely accused. But they wouldn't accept it and could not accept the letter from my lawyer. I believe that ultimately cost me my opportunity with Shark Tank. Back to Florida where I was using my building skills to make money. I was soon offered a teaching position with another county and is now a certified ESE behavior specialist. I didn't stop. I kept building. I built my rifle-sized prototype. I went to my first pew show. Something in me would not let me stop. My prayers to the Lord is not as strong as they used to be. I feel like they're weak, but I continue to push forward and keep faith. And then something happened that I never expected. Get Home Safe passed 1 million views on YouTube. People all over the world is now starting to see my invention that I built. Today, my credit score is back up to a 752, but I'm still blocked from teaching in Polk County, and I'm still struggling with sleeping at night. But honestly, I believe everything happens for a reason. I believe the Lord removed things that were taking my time, money, and focus, and put me in a position to work on myself and build who I am becoming. I'm grateful. He knew I wouldn't stop, and I'm still trying.